Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Stamp It Like It's Hot. And this month, the challenge that we have, that our team has taken on, is to stamp a background. And I've started mine. First of all, my background is going to be dictated by my story and my photos. In 2001, John and I were living in Brussels, and we took a trip to Spain and started it in Barcelona. We fell in love with Barcelona, and we were walking down La Rambla one day, and we saw a sign for in front of a really beautiful palace, which is what this is, for an Ivy Ono or for a Yoko Ono exhibit. And if you've ever been to one of her exhibits, this was a representation of her 1961 exhibit that was one of her first exhibits before the one that John Lennon went to, and that's how they met. But anyway, totally different story. I have at the end, we walked out with a little potted ivy plant, and that exhibit was called Painting in Three Stanzas, and it says, let a vine grow, water every day, the first stanza till the vine spreads, the second stanza till the vine withers, the third stanza till the wall vanishes. And there was a lot about walls in this particular exhibit. It was just an amazing experience. In any case, I have held on to this for 23 years now, and I don't have a photo from the exhibit, but I found this photo of Boston ivy, and I thought I'd kind of put it there sort of as a backdrop and run this over it, and then I'll build up with some foam, and maybe I'll move that over a bit, and I'll do this. I guess I could take some off the bottom, but I really don't want to. Even if this has to stick up above the page, I think I'm gonna do it that way. I might move this over here so we get some more of these. My idea is to do about 4 or 5 different colors of green leaves, but I thought I'd start with these pink ones, and they will be underneath. I'm gonna over stamp each of these. So let's just get started on the stamping, and I'll figure out the rest as we go along. I have no idea what we're going to do. So I've done the pink already, and I use saltwater taffy. I'm going to do mowed lawn, and I'm kind of doing them in vines. This is mowed lawn. I'm kind of gonna bring it up close to the pink and kind of follow some of the same vine ways. And if I miss stamp like this one, who cares, because I'm going to be stamping over with all those colors at some point. There, and do this here, and then I want some by themselves, kind of creeping up this way, and then something like that, and then here, just not really overthinking it, just kind of adding in this color. Okay, so mowed lawn, I'm going to call done. Now I'm going to go with Twisted Citron, and I'm just barely going to wipe, let's see, I don't have a, let me get a piece of scrap paper to kind of wipe that on. Okay, now these are very pale and they'll kind of recede to the background as well. And there'll be a good underneath kind of pattern. And I'm getting some, my thumb is getting on the ink and getting little dots. I call that mixed media, folks. That's just random images all around. That one fell on there wrong, but there's no wrong way to do this. I chose this stamp because this, it's a fall leaf stamp, and this is a maple leaf, but it's the same shape as the Boston Ivy leaf, so I figure it'll work. But you could do fall colors, whatever you consider fall colors to be. I've grown up in places that weren't known for their fall color. And as many of you know, I'm not a huge fan of fall or autumn or winter or anything other than summer. My and I'm kind of messing with those. Let's go with Bundled Sage now. This is a kind of dull-ish color. Not my favorite green, but it's a good gray green to help all the other colors pop. I need to take that into consideration more. I love using all the colors, but unless there's some place to rest your eye, something that's a little bit softer than bright, you don't appreciate the colors. Your eye doesn't appreciate the colors as well. So I know that intellectually, I know that to be a principle of art, but I always just want to add more color, more real color. But now I've got my gray-green leaves on there, and it's kind of beginning to build up. I'm gonna kind of spread out. Crushed olive, definitely not a huge favorite, but I think it'll work with the colors in the castle here. So I'm not doing much overstamping because I'm trying to get the white space covered, and I may do some overstamping with a kind of bluish green. I haven't picked one of those, but there's like Rustic Wilderness is beautiful. And I'm just kind of extending the coverage here. I know that my photo is going to go sort of right here, so I really need to fill out more towards the edges. But it's not going to bother me if I have some white showing. There. Now we're going to go with peeled paint. I'm going to have some going different ways, like coming off the edges here, and maybe even putting some things there. And let me get that. I kind of like that color. It's not a bright green, but it's it looks nice up next to the goldish kind of green that I used last time. Okay, now I'm going to get this Rustic Wilderness. It's not exactly blue, it's just kind of a dark green, but Evergreen Bough is, that's really kind of teal-ish, but let me get this, and I'm overstamping with this dark green on top of the lighter greens and kind of filling in white space there. I do turn some one way and others the other way. Let me go here. I love doing this. This is so much fun. And I like that this dark green is kind of filling in around. I'm going to leave that little arch there, and I'll leave this one. I may add one or two of these going different ways, and putting one right there, one right there, here. And I'll let this kind of stay, this jagged edge stay here. And then I can go back and do some overstamping. After I get the page put together. But for now, I'm going to let this be my background. And then we'll go back. I'll keep this handy. This Evergreen Bough, actually, let's just do some of those just to get that color in there. It's not as it doesn't stand out as much as I thought it would, but it's pretty, and I like having that that color addition to the mix. I'm gonna do, I don't like this little bit up here, so I'm gonna, there. Okay, now let's throw the page together, toss the page together, whatever we're gonna do with the page. I'm gonna first thing put this down, and I'll build everything around that. I'm going to leave the edges free. I'm going to move it a little to the left because the palace photo is going to be out to the right. But the next thing I'm going to put down is this. And I'm not sure how I'm going to put that down. I may just put let's do this. I'm going to put this across there. There's a little bit of a frame around there, and if I just put glue, I would normally just put liquid adhesive, but it wouldn't make contact with the paper. So I'll put these little foam strips, which will allow it to make contact. And then once I start gluing things around it, it won't, that won't be as important. Let's see, I'm gonna put this here. I think that works. All right, now I want this to go right here like that, but I need a lot of foam on this side and just a thin strip there. So let's see what we can do here. Okay. I'm cutting this foam in two. Let me make sure I've got the right side getting foamed up here and here, and I think that may be enough, yeah. And then I'll put this here, and then another piece here. Okay, let's see if that works. There we go. Okay, I think that works. And I have the little stamp is from this American Crafts Farmstead Harvest stamp set. And I'm going to put it away now, or else I'll lose it, because I'm famous for losing small stamps. I have a whole section of my stamp storage for stamps that have lost their identity, their background. Okay, I have this journaling that I thought maybe I could put down here, and then I'll put the title up there. Okay, so this needs foam too. Let's see, we have this, and this. So that needs to go, let's see, those two need to go there, and then a small bit here. Okay, let's see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of padding so there's a level bridge, and that's kind of, and I'm using scraps of foam, which is why there's such strange little cuts that I'm having to make. I'm going to put this up a little bit higher so that it kind of touches the background. It's the same length as this, and I could put it there, but I prefer it here, I think, even though it extends a little further than that, because that actually gives it a little bit nicer lines. So now I have some things that I want to use. I like this kind of, I'm just gonna put some adhesive down on it. I'm gonna stick it in like this at that angle. I have this, which can go like that, and then I have this circular bit which can kind of go like that. Not really going by any kind of plan here. I like being able to put this kind of down here, and then I have this, which gives that viney sort of look. I'm trying to see where it should start from. I'm going to put some adhesive down towards the end. So that it has some dimension, but I'm going to glue it down at its origins. This piece, I'm pretty sure comes from Vicky Booten. It's part of a set of supplies that Katie borrowed. And I'm just going to kind of put that right there. Now, see what we're losing the fact that that's ivy underneath there, and that's fine. It's I don't mean it to be literal, I guess. Okay, I'm putting 3 tickets. I'm going to staple them together. Let's see if that... I'm going to staple them together, and I'm going to place them so that you don't necessarily read anything that they're saying. There and there and there. And I'm going to staple that. Well, let's see. Where's my staple? I knew my stapler fell out of its storage spot. Okay, there. And I'm gonna put some adhesive and I'm gonna kind of slide that. Let's do it this way. There are the tickets. I have this that I don't think I need. I could put it right there, or like that. Let me see if this works. That needs a little bit of foam to make it stand up. And I have some right here. I'll kind of scooch it under and there. And that, none of that that's kind of light colored stands out a whole lot. It doesn't contrast enough with the background, but that's fine. That's kind of a thing, is to have that subtlety there. And now I'm going to do the title. Let's see if I can do the Ono part down on the Ivy. Let's see. And I have to be very careful because that's photo paper and these things stick like crazy. And I'm okay if I have to lift that up. And I'm trying to, that hurt my hand, my arm, rather, my shoulder, whatever it is that hurts. When I say that when I mention something about my arm hurting, I'm always reminded by doctors and physical therapists that that's transferred pain, and it's coming from the shoulder, from the nerves that are bunched around the shoulder. And I got to know those nerves really, really well when they messed up. Well, they didn't mess up. My bone on the arm side was too soft and the screws didn't stick. So I'm thinking this is farther down than I want it, but I can't move it up because I can't get on that side of it. There. And now I and V and Y. And when we brought the ivy plant home to our home in Brussels and put it in a bigger pot and enjoyed it. I think somewhere I have a photo of it, but I couldn't find it for this page. And when we moved back to the U.S., the company sent a packing service to pack our pack us up to go back home. And is that gonna work? Can you read? Does that show it? I think you can read it. Anyway, when they packed up, they asked if we wanted to take that, and we would have to declare it, and there were all these things, and they said so it would be really hard for us to take. Anyway, they described what it would be, how much trouble it would be, and how much paperwork it would be to get it back to the U.S. And so we didn't. So we did no such thing. I'm going to put this little sunflower there because it's a little burst of color, and because I was with John, and this is a story, one of our many thousands of travel stories. And I don't know why I decided to do this page. I think I was cleaning some things, going through bills and tax documents and things like that on my desk, and this has been in my pencil can that's on my desk for 23 years, I guess. And I decided, okay, let's do it. I think in moving things around, I tipped it over, and I decided, okay, that needs to be I have already put that stamp away, so I can't do any more stamping. I'm going to leave it as it is. What I would have done is more pink over, or more green over the pink. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to get that stamp back out after I was so proud of myself for putting it away. And I'm going to use the evergreen bough and kind of do some stamping like that, and like this there. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay, I'm done. I could sit here and stamp all day, and I think you all probably know that. That's my page. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Be sure and check out everybody in the playlist that I have in my video description box. I'm sure you'll love all the pages that my teammates have done. So thanks for watching. Bye. Let me see if I can get this closed out.